I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Dennis Kudla.
I'm Jesper de Jong.
I'm Henry Laaksen.
I am Francisco Cerondello,
and
you are listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Good evening, tennis fans. Here we are. It's Sunday night, and it can mean only one thing. Draw previews are back again on Game to Love, and I'll be taking you through 4 tournaments that will be coming up over the next week. We seem to have gone back to the clay again. There was a bit of half and half last week. We had a bit of grass, a bit of clay as well, and I will take you through the winners of all of those tournaments as well. So well done to everybody who entered, and well done to everybody who won. But we didn't really do one last week, so we should really give some, applause to the people who did well at Wimbledon, because this was a Grand Slam. We hadn't announced the results of that one yet. So let's have a look. And we know that one of our members, he actually won the men's singles. And there you go. You got Zach there topping the men's singles at Wimbledon with 161 points, 2 points ahead of Addicted Medic there in second. So well done to Zach. Really impressive. I think he was number one on men's and women's for some time. And then I think he dropped off on the women's side. And as you can see here on the women's side, T. Brozzo is the person who's won this one just by 1 point there over the Sour Pineapple. Interesting name. Quite like that name. Well done for that name there. So we go over to last week's results first, just to say a big shout out to the people who did play this one. And we had the winner of WTA Budapest. That was a joint winner there. We got Nene and we have JR4 Foot. Okay, so those two clear winners as well on that one. We had Gstaad, we had Haggis 66, so well done to you. And then in Newport, we had, Fran K there. You can see a quite commanding lead at the top there. I think myself and JG were quite close on this one. Maybe not. Okay, maybe that was a different one. But down in 11th there, not too bad. And now to Lausanne. There's one guy who won this one. How did I manage that? I picked Petra Martic to win the tournament. That's, I'm guessing, how it happened. Good to have some of you guys back in the live chat. We got Gene in. How you doing? We got David in as well. Well done for your coverage over the past week. Well done to Megan as well. Just finishing off that one that just finished in Newport just, I'd say about half an hour ago. Maxime Krezi coming back from a set and a breakdown to defeat Sasha Bublik. We got Ashley in as well. How are you doing? Great to see you in. And right, so I think that we've announced all of the winners. I had to leave the best to last. Apologies for that. But we will go on to Hamburg. Before we do go on to Hamburg, I want to say, make sure download the TNNS app. Is that too many N's? TNNS. Download that app. Go into the Fantasy League at the bottom. It's just, I think it's the third one from the right. And go to the Game to Love League. Sign up to our league. I think there's 1,200 members in there. And if you join that league, you'll be in line for some prizes throughout the year if you do manage to win some brackets. So best of luck to everybody. Join the GTL family. That's what we're all here to do. Let's get into Hamburg, because it's a real big tournament, as we all know, especially on the men's side. And there's a really, really great draw in this tournament. So I'm going to go in here to look at some of the past winners from Hamburg. And a little bit surprisingly, Pablo Carreño Busta, the reigning defending champion. Maybe this is why JG's decided to set this one out. Doesn't want to even utter this guy's name. Beating Krajinovic. And you can look down the list here. Rublev, Tsitsipas, that was one of the great finals. Obviously, Tsitsipas, I believe he was up a break in that final set. Lost eventually to Andrei Rublev. That was in 2020 when he had the run of 5 tournament victories. Really impressive. And Nicolas Basilashvili, 2-time back-to-back champion in Hamburg. And then we've got some other people. Martin Klizan, name just popping up there. Niemeyer, a 2-time champion, and Rafael Nadal in there as well. Roger Federer, if we go all the way back to 2007, 4-time champion. But unfortunately, he will not be playing in this tournament, as we all are aware. Let's have a look at the qualifiers. So these are the qualifiers. I believe this is the right one. Just double check. Yes. So we've got Kovalik knocking out Shevchenko. We've got Luca Nardi, a really great Italian, knocking out Berankis. Bonadio didn't make it through, sadly. Galan Riveros is in. And we have Topo. So Topo, not so familiar with Topo. Moleka, quite a good player though. Managed to knock him out. So they are the qualifiers for Hamburg on the ATP side. So we've got Pardin saying PCB is the defending champion. Yeah, exactly. I know. It's all up for grabs. Right, so just bear with me a second and I will get the actual draw ready. I actually went through and I've done all of mine already. So I'll just be taking you through my bracket. And I'm probably not going to be giving too many reasons. We haven't got the back and forth between myself and JG today, but I'm just going to take you through to show you how my bracket would sort of work itself out, really. One of the brackets is already closed, by the way. I believe that's Hamburg WTA, because for some reason they kicked off early and whilst the qualifiers are still playing. Whereas I believe the men's, the qualifiers, they've played. I think in Gstaad, the qualifiers are finishing up tomorrow. So it's all a bit all over the place, to be honest. So I'm just going to go and dig out Hamburg Draw. Right. God, it looks good. It looks tasty. I'm just going to bring this one up for you guys. Here we are. Right, let's go through this one. So, top of the bill. He's back. It's Carlos Alcaraz. He is up against Nicola Kuhn. I don't think he's going to be too worried about that one, to be honest. He knocks him out for me. We got Seb Baez. He's through. He got through to the final. He lost, unfortunately, to fellow Argentinian Francisco Cerondello. That was earlier on today. Cerondello getting his first ATP title. Well done to him. I'm so ecstatic for him. And well done for David for covering that one earlier. It sounded like an absolute cracker. I think he's going to have enough still in the tank to be able to defeat Krajinovic. Sorry, Krajinovic. I'm going to be going down Fanini or Bedeni. I'm going to go Bedeni. Hachinov Struff. Remember in Germany? I think Hachinov still has too much for him. Right, well, we've got the reigning defending champion Buster. He's not done too badly in the past week as well. I'm going to have him knocking out Luca Nardi. Molchan, I'll have knocking out Topo. I'll have Laszlo Djere to knock out Borna Coric here. That might surprise a few people. Holger Rune versus Talon Griekspor. I'm going to go Griekspor on this one. I think he might have a little bit too much for Holger Rune on this one. Don't know why. I just feel like he might shock him. This one, a real interesting one. Botic van der Zandstrup against Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. I'm actually going to go Fokina on this one. That might surprise a few people. We got Gary in the chat there. Good to have you, saying, great to see you. To be honest, I'll be happier when we give up the clay and get onto the hard court swing. Yeah, I bet you'd love that, wouldn't you? Just want to get that dirt, chuck it out the window, get those hard courts in full flow. It's fine. We'll accept it for a couple more weeks, or even I just think it's just one more week. But anyway, Kovalik versus Rayberg. I'm going to go Kovalik here. I've got Musetti versus Lajovic. I'm going to go Musetti. Emil Lusavori versus Diego Schwartzman. Diego sort of let me down a bit last week. He got bageled and breadstick by PCB. I reckon he's on the comeback. He defeats Rusevori. Nicolas Basilashvili up against Aslan Karatsev. Real tough one to call this one. And despite Basilashvili winning this tournament twice, I'm going to go Aslan Karatsev to defeat him. Come on, Aslan. Coria versus Galan Riveros. I'm going to go with Coria. Francisco Cerondello. I'm going to go with him. He might be tired. Who knows? He may even pull out the event. You don't know. I'm backing the fact he's young and he can still power through. Bublik, he just lost the final, a really, really close final as well against Maxime Cressy. And I think he's going to lose this one as well. I'm going to have Andrei Rublev defeating Bublik here. Back to the top. And we've got Pablo. Oh, no, I don't think that's all the way to the top. That's better. Carlos Alcaraz versus Sebastian Biath. And I always note David's pronunciation of this one because he's always good with. Actually, Megan as well. They like the Spanish S or the Spanish Z. So they do a very good job on calling those ones. Just bear with me a second. I can't remember who I picked. Well, I definitely know I picked Alcaraz here. Sorry. I just based upon the fact he went to the final in the last tournament. That's enough for me. I'm not going to be beating about the bush too much, unfortunately. So, next one up, Khachanov Bedeni. I'm going to be going Khachanov here. Moving down, we got Pablo Carreño Busta. So, this one's going to be quite an interesting one. I think he beats Molchan. Laszlo Zhirtal on Griekspoor. I'm going to be going Griekspoor here. Moving down further. Fokina Kovalik. I think Fokina, if he gets past Botic, then I think he'll defeat Kovalik. Musetti Schwartzman. I think I'm going to go Lorenzo Musetti. I'm not sure if I've even done that in my actual bracket or not, but I think I quite fancy it now. Now I'm seeing it in a different light. So I think that's fine. I think I can do that, can't I? Everybody can change their minds. Right, moving down. Kolya Karatsev. I'm going Karatsev. Go on, Aslan. Surely. We got Gene saying, I can't see Fokina going that far. And we've got Pard saying, Basilashvili retired to Gaston. I mean, he's definitely having problems. And Pard saying, Alcaraz could pull a rune. Let's wait and see. Moving down to the bottom, Francisco Salondello. I'm not even sure he'd be in. I don't know. He might be tired from the tournament. I'm not sure. It's a real tough one for me, this, because if he just continues his amazing form, he could defeat Andrei Rublev. I mean, he's playing incredibly well. I mean, he's defeating everybody in straight sets as well, which is really impressive. And that's the one thing that you just got to keep an eye out for how good that he is playing. Oh, got a fan on in here today, and it's all blowing a bit of a gale, a gale force wind in it. But it's a ridiculously hot weekend in the UK. I don't know if it's the same where you are in the world. Tomorrow in London, it's going to be in the UK temperatures about 38 degrees, and I'm cutting out. I'm going to go down to the seaside, I think, tomorrow, just to try and get some of that sea breeze, just to try and cool me down. Hopefully I don't get too burned. Fingers crossed. Anyway, I've got the ginger skin, that's for sure. But anyway, I think I went with Andrei Rublev, but I'm going to go with Andrei Rublev for now, and then we'll move back to the top. I can't remember. I'm not even sure I did. No, I don't think I did. I'm going back. I'm going changing it. I'm going Cerondello. That's why I think I had the same dilemma earlier. Right, I'm going Carlos Alcaraz to beat Kalen Khachanov. I'm actually going Griekspoor to knock out Carreño Busta, the reigning champion, as well. That might surprise a few people. And then I'm going to have Fokina. Gene's giving me stick for putting him through this far. I'm putting him through again. What do you make of that, huh, Gene? Huh? And then Karatsev versus Salondello. I'm going to have Cerondello again. I never know how to say his name. Let's check to see how to say his name properly.
Hi, I am Francisco Cerundolo, and you are listening to the Game to Love podcast.
There you go. Cerondello. Okay. As long as we've always got that just to confirm how to say his name correctly. Back to the top. And these would be the semi-finals. I'm going to have Alcaraz to defeat Talon Griekspoor. I think Alcaraz is going to be on a warpath. And then the other one, I've got Fokina versus Salondello. I'm going to have Cerondello. I think it's going to be an exciting final between two youngsters, Alcaraz, Salondello. And I think Alcaraz is going to win it. I don't know. I feel that he's fresh. He's coming back. And you've got to remember, he is elite player these days. And I feel that it might just be too much for Salondello to get to that part of the tour, a final again, and then take him out. So I'm going to go Alcaraz with the win. I don't think his draw's too bad either. He's got quite a decent draw. So I will be going Carlitos to win. And, well, Cerondello will be my dark horse, that's for sure. So I will move away from this one. And then we should go to the women's next. That is for sure. All right, let's go and have a look at the women's one. I'm going to have to do all the sharing. Just bear with me. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Right. Play around with this. Right. So I can stay on the same sheet and I just have to go down. So the last winner of this one on the women's side, as you can see, was Elena Gabriela Rusa. And she defeated Andrea Petkovic in the final in straight sets last year. So well done to her. And it wasn't held for 17 years prior to that. So it's fresh back on the scene. And she is the reigning champion. Let's have a look. I'll get rid of those. These are the qualifiers who have got through on this one. We've got Ignatic and we've got Carl knocking out Layman's there. We've got, here we go. I'm going to try it. Seleka Mateva. There you go. She's through in straights. We got Habino, Zuga, and Lisicki. Great to see her back. So Sabine Lisicki is into the main draw, and that's really, really great news for her. Right, so let's get the actual draw up proper then. That's the main. That's what we do next. We'll go through it. Tell me your picks as well. Who did everybody have winning the men's side? Let me know in the live chat now. If you are just joining, remember, TNNS app. Download it. Join the Game to Love League, and you could be in store for winning some prizes throughout the year. Yeah, this one has already kicked off, but I think it's still fine. I think I can still bring up the bracket. Yeah, I can. It's fine. And our number one seed in this one is It's a Net Conte. Here we go. Right. We're at the top, and she's playing another JG favorite, Arena Barra. I'm going to have Conte knocking out Arena Barra here. We've got a lucky loser versus Petterson. I'm going to have Petterson knocking her out. We got Doi versus Seleka Mateva. I'm going to probably go Seleka Mateva here. And we got Petkovic versus Korpatch here. Petkovic, the last year's finalist. I'm going to have a going out to Korpatch, though. Two Germans playing each other. Anything can happen. We got Barbora Krejcikova up against Layman's. I'm going to have Krejcikova winning. Fleck, Kalinskaya. I have Fleck winning that. Lise versus Carl. I'm going to go Lise just because the German vibe. Potapova, Gracheva. I'm going to go Potapova here. And I've got Zanevska versus, well, they've already, she's already won. There you go. So that one, I think I had Tomova on my bracket, just so you know. So this is, so I've already got that one wrong. Hibino to knock out the Tick, sorry. And we've got Krunic versus Lisicki. I'm going to go Lisicki here for the vibes. Go on, Germany. And we've got Shunk Sasnovich. Sorry, Shunk. You've been my qualifier to watch a couple of times. You're going out this time. Sasnovich can knock you out. We got the reigning defending champion, Gabriela Rusa. I'll have her knocking out Bernarda Pella. Zuga versus Niemeyer. Niemeyer, really great player who's really coming to the forefront these days. I'll have her going through. These ones are already just decided. Pigossi, and this one's a good one for me because I did actually have Siniakova in my bracket. So this is correct so far. I can't remember if I picked Yanni or Pigossi, though. So I'll leave it as that for now. We move back to the top. Yeah, I mean, like David's saying here, Barbara, unpredictable. As always, she could easily lose second round to Fleck. I agree with you. She's very unpredictable right now. We got Conte versus Petterson. I'm going to have Conte knocking her out. Seleka Mateva against Korpatch. I'm going to go Korpatch. Go on, Korpatch. Get her going through. We've got Barbora Krejcikova versus Fleck. I am actually having Krejcikova going out. I am going to have Fleck as well. We've got Potapova versus Lise. I'm going to have Potapova here. Tomova I had here. This is the sad thing. She's already out, and I had her going past Habina. So you're going to have to see my shambles of a bracket now. Lehechka, Sasnovich. I'll have Sasnovich. Moving down, I had Niemeyer knocking out the reigning champ Rusa, and then Siniakova going through at the bottom. Okay, moving back to the top. Conte to knock out Korpatch. Sorry, Korpatch. I think that the moon balls can only get you so far. Fleck versus Potapova. I'm actually going Potapova here. Might surprise some people. She's fresh. Hasn't played any Wimbledon, obviously. Back on the tennis courts. Loving it. Tomova versus Sasnovich. I can't even remember which way I went on this, but Tomova's already out. So I'll put Sasnovich through for now. And I believe I had Niemeyer going through here against Siniakova. So Niemeyer, Sasnovich, Potapova, Kontaveit. I'm not even sure Kontaveit will make it this far, to be honest. She should, but I'm going to have Potapova knocking out Kontaveit. And then people are going to be like, you're crazy. What are you playing at? Well, anything can happen. I just had Martic win in the last event, and I got it right. So anything can happen, I think, in these events. And on the bottom, I think I'm going to go Niemeyer. And I'm going to have a Niemeyer versus Potapova final. We've got a German versus a Russian. And I think I'm going to have him Potapova to win the whole thing. Is that crazy? Tell me in the live chat if you think I'm a bit nuts. But that's what I'm going for. And, well, it picks itself. Niemeyer will be my dark horse. So I've got a Russian, a German, and Gene saying this is actually a really smart final. Oh, thanks, Gene. That's what I like to hear. If you are just joining as well and you're one of the 43, make sure to whack a like on the video. Come on, let's get the likes up on these draw previews. They're back again. We will be doing these every single week from now on. We had a little break after Wimbledon. I'm sure you can, everyone can understand. So, right, I'm getting that off the screen. And we can move over to should we do Gstaad next? I think that one's really interesting as well because of the qualifiers for me. And I had a look through some of the qualifiers and I was seriously impressed. So let's move over to Gstaad, and that can be the next one. And the reigning champion in Gstaad is Casper Rood, and defeating Hugo Gaston in the final pretty comfortably. Before that, Ramos Vinolas. We had Berrettini, Fanini, Feliciano Lopez there. And Dominic Thiem back in 2015. Nice and rhyming. Won't go back too further. We've got Gasco there. Federer in 2004. It's a bit nuts. So this one is going to be an exciting tournament. I really got a good feeling about it. Let's have a look. So here we go. These are the qualifiers. So, and as you can see, they are still going to be played. And look at this. I mean, start from the top. Juan Pablo Varillas is the number one seed in the qualifying. He's up against Kotov. What a matchup that is. I mean, two GTL favorites there. So we're guaranteed one of them. We sadly have to lose one of them as well. Next up, Conte Mutet and Elias Ema. Two quality players again. Jari Kapriva again, and both are great players. Yannick Hanfman, been on the podcast. He got through Misalik in that first round of qualifying. Can he get through Zizou Bergs? I mean, it's the who's who. It's one of the best qualifying final rounds that I've seen in a long, long time. I mean, I feel sorry if you've drawn a qualifier, if you're in the main draw proper, to be honest, because none of those I would want to play. And, well, obviously I wouldn't want to play them. I would definitely lose. So I will move to the draw proper now. Let's have a little look. And the number one seed is the reigning, defending. It is Casper Rood. There he is at the top. And we've got Yuri Lehechka is up against Echeverri. I'm going to be going Lehechka. You know, I'm a big fan. We got, let me get the pronunciation right. Jaume Munar. There you go. up against Zabata Morales. I'm going to be going Munar here to knock out Morales. We've got Richards versus Souza. I'm going to go Souza. We've got Ramos Vinolas with a bye. We've got Huesler, guy who's been on the pod against Stricker. I'm going to be going Stricker. Sorry, Mark Andrea. Qualifier versus Montero. I'm going to be going a qualifier here because they're high quality. Sorry, Montero. We got Garin versus a qualifier. I'm going to have Garin. So impressed with Garin after seeing him at Wimbledon as well, playing so well. Brilliant player. Really likable as well. So wish him the best. We got Dominic Thiem against Hugo Gaston, last year's finalist. I'm going to have Dominic Thiem going through. He's been playing well recently. He's got a couple of wins under his belt. Is Dominic Thiem going to be back firing again soon? I put that to you. Let's hear and see what you think. Right, I'm going to go Del Bonis to knock out Ema. Sonego to knock out this qualifier. It could be somebody really good, though. And then I'm moving down. Batista Agut has a bye. I'm going to have Taberna to knock out Pedro Martinez. I'm going to have Benoit Paire going out to this qualifier. I don't know who it is. It doesn't even matter. I think that all of those could probably beat Benoit Paire right now. Gasquet versus Boina. I'm going to have Gasquet. And then we got Berrettini with the bye at the bottom. So moving on up again, we go all the way back to the top. And we got Casper Rood versus Yuri Lehechka. I'm going to have Rood to defeat Lehechka. I'm going to have Munar to defeat Souza. I'm going to have Ramos Vinolas to defeat Stricker. Garin to knock out the qualifier. Dominic Thiem to knock out Del Bonis. And we got Gary saying Thiem still far off for me. Maybe by autumn? Oh, come on, Gary. Give him a chance. Right, I've got Sonego versus Batista Agut. I'm going to have Sonego here. People are going to start shouting at me, I'm sure. I don't know. I've got a feeling about Sonego. I feel like he could do it. Taberna versus the qualifier. It just depends which qualifier it is, to be honest. A lot of good qualifiers. I'm gonna go qualifier just to mix it up a bit, and then I'm gonna have Berrettini from the bottom. Right, moving back to the top again. We got our final 8. We got Juan Munar against Casper Ruud. I think a very good grinding clay court player, but I think Casper Ruud has just got more in the way of shot variety and more power to put things away. He's not looking just to rally, he's looking to win. So, and I'm going to be having Christian Garin to knock out Ramos Vinolas here. Moving down, I'm going to have Lorenzo Sonego to knock out Dominic Thiem. And then I'll have Berrettini from the bottom to knock out the qualifier. So moving back to the top, I've got Casper Ruud versus Christian Garin here. And it may surprise you, I'm actually going Christian Garin. I'm maybe a bit biased now. Been seen him in person. And I saw Casper Ruud as well in person. I mean, I've nearly bumped into him. But just, I don't know. Garin gave me some good vibes. So I'm going to go with him. And I think we're going to have, out of the all-Italian semi-final, we're going to have Berrettini. So we're going to have a Garin Berrettini final. And that's mine. And I'm going to have Garin to win the whole thing. So I don't know. I've gone a bit big on Christian Garin here. It could be wrong. Could be wrong. I think I'll have my dark horse as Dominic Thiem, just for fun, just because I want him to do well. And we got David saying Garin Thiem final for me. Gene has the same final as me. Good to know. Great minds, eh? And you picked Garin too. Look at that. See? We're on the same wavelength, mate. We know what's going on. We'll either be top or bottom, but come the end of the week, won't we? Right. I'll move away from that one. Last but not least, we'll go over to the final tournament, which is in Palermo. And this one, oh God, the name of this tournament is a little bit of a mouthful, if I'm honest. Let's go to the top and then I'll try and read it. The Internazionale Femminili di Palermo. There you go. Did it. Thought it was going to be harder than that. Right. The last winner And we had Rusa was the winner of the other tournament that's playing this week, the reigning champion. She's actually the runner-up of this one as well. So she does very well at these tournaments. Danielle Collins, the reigning champion, though. You can see down this list, we got the Teichmann, Ferro, and it wasn't played then for 4 years before that. So let's have a look at some of the qualifiers. I don't think these ones, I mean, I was considering even just missing these a bit. I mean, we got Asaya Mohammed there. She got a walkover through. We've got Avanesian. There you go. And Masarova. Jean. Oh, how could we forget Jean with Jean in the chat? And we have Paoletti. And that's it. Okay. Brilliant. So no more on that side of things. Let's go over to the actual bracket itself and see how we are going to select this one. This one is still running. Make sure you get the selections in and save it down as soon as possible because they will close imminently and you don't want to miss out. Right. Oh, I've shared it with the wrong thing. Apologies. Do it again. Right. Go again. We've got Martina Trevisan. She's number 1 seed. I'm going to have her knocking out Avanesian. I'll have Bronzetti to knock out Wang. I'm not having Arani. Arani. I'm going to have Cioccoretto to knock her out. I'll have Caroline Garcia knocking out Chloe Paquette. And I'll have Zhang to knock out Masarova. Paolini, Italian, going through. I'm going to have Sigmund to go through against Wang. Palizas Diaz. Bondar to knock out Clara Burrell. Udvardi to knock out Stefanini. I'll have Jean to go through here against In Albon. I'll have Sorribes Tormo to knock out Anna Bogdan. I'll also have Begu to knock out Ribiera as well. I'll have this one, I don't know. Maybe I'll go for an upset. I'll have Paoletti because she's Italian, knocking out Dodin. Diane Parry versus Lauren Davis. I'm going to have Parry. Go on. I'll give you another punt. I put her quite far in a previous bracket. Didn't work. Putin Saver from the bottom against Flawless, the lucky loser. Moving to the top again. Martina to knock out Lucia. So Trevisan through. I'll have Garcia to knock out Cioccoretto. I'll have Paolini to knock out Zhang. The Italians keep on going. And I'll have Palizas Diaz to knock out Sigmund. Bondar to knock out Udvardi in the battle of the Hungarians there. And I will have Sorribes Tormo. Begu. They are all a bit seedy, these ones. Not seedy in that way, but, you know, I feel like this tournament is more of a seed style tournament. I don't know why. I'm not getting the vibes from the non-seeds. I'm going to have Trevisan to knock out Garcia. I might have Paolini. I'll knock out Palizas Diaz in this one. We'll get an all-Italian semi-final. I'll have Bondar to knock out Tormo. And I might... Putin Saver. Go on then. I'll have Putin Saver. So we'll have Putin Saver Bondar as one semi-finals. And Trevisan Paolini. I'm going to have Trevisan to beat Paolini. I'm going to have Bondar to beat Putin Saver. And the final will be Trevisan versus Bondar. I don't think anything can stop Martina. So I'm going to have Martina Trevisan. And that's it. She's through. And Paolini, she'll be my dark horse in this one. So just make sure, download the TNNS app and join the league, or go to Browse Leagues. We're at the top. Game to Love, 1,200 or so members. Join our community and join the Discord as well. If you really want to have a little bit of back and forth with everybody in the Discord about all the results, we do have some little chats in there that are just dedicated to talking about the brackets. So definitely get involved. I popped that in the live chat for all of you. But let me know in the comments section as well, if you're watching this on repeat, who you picked for the winners of your brackets. And let me know if you think mine are complete disasters as well. I really want to hear your thoughts on my brackets. because I'm doing this, but I'm just doing it off the top of my head. I'm just a simple man. I'm not a genius, or am I? Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this one up just to bring you these draw previews. Hopefully next week we'll be able to go through it as well. JG can give me some stick next week about my picks, and I can just sit here and hopefully gloat with another number one win. Who knows? We'll wait and see. Thanks everybody who did join in the live chat. Make sure to whack the like on the video. Subscribe to Game to Love if you're new to the channel, and join us for lots of matches as well that are coming up this week. But that's it. Over and out.